Hey there viewers, welcome to the Lunatic Reader. This is Tarun. I'm a huge bibliophile and I love reading books. And also I enjoy creating bookish content. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started with today's video. So today in this video, I'm going to give you guys a comprehensive book review of Amish Tripathi's latest launch, which is none other than Legend of Suheldev, the King Who Saved India. So before moving further ahead guys, let me inform you that this book is not entirely written by Amish sir. Yes, because as you can see on the bottom of the book, it's written An Immortals Writers Book Center. So basically, in the forward section of this book, he mentioned how the idea of Writers Book Center came up, where he had a bunch of anonymous writers with whom he discussed all the basic genesis of the book as well as the work material for the story. So basing upon which they created the first draft, upon which later Amish Tripathi sir has worked on and he finalized the book. So that's how this book came into existence. So you won't find the authentic magic of Amish Tripathi sir's writing style, but definitely you will enjoy it. And yet another interesting fact about Suheldev is that this book was actually all set to be launched in 2018 itself. But back then they had some controversies due to which the publishers delayed the book's release and they had to go through some legal process. So that's how this book is launched almost after 2 years, and right now we are finally having it. So talking about the plot, this book is actually based on true historic events, but it's given a fictionalized touch so that it can be even more entertaining for the readers. So during 1025 AD, the Mahmud of Ghazni leads his barbaric Turkish army to invade the northern part of India. And in this process, he vandalizes the very sacred and holy Somnathji Mandir in Gujarat. So in order to defend that temple, a young prince called Malladev from the kingdom Shravasti from the northern east part of India fights with this Turkish army. But unfortunately, he loses his life and they kill him in a very brutal manner. So after hearing this news, the younger brother of Malladev, who's Suheldev, takes an oath to himself that he's going to avenge his brother's death at the same time by uniting the whole Indian subcontinent, which was divided into multiple small kingdoms. He's going to fight back these barbaric Turks and completely eradicate them out of his motherland to save it and save its people. So this is basically the plot or story of this book. In order to know how Suheldev is going to pull off this gigantic task of uniting the whole Indian subcontinent and fight back against this barbaric Turkic invaders, you'll have to read the whole book by yourself and find out what happens next. So talking about the characters, almost all the lead characters in this book are portrayed in a very heroic and strong manner. And I personally like the characters of Suheldev, Tushani, Abdul, Aslan and Govardhan. But the only drawback or the only thing which I really disliked about this book is that the characters were not having that much of a personality of their own. You'll feel like, you've already seen these characters somewhere. They lack depth. You don't get to know any background of these characters and you won't be able to connect to these characters on a personal level. And especially, I didn't like the way the authors tried to force up a romantic side between Toshani and Suheldev. They wanted to develop something, but it didn't really work out, and at the same time, it had nothing to add with the story. I mean, it was not really necessary. So that's the drawback with the characters of this book. Talking about the narration and writing style of this book, they have their own set of pros and cons. If I'm talking about the positive side, people who are just exploring books and who are just starting off with their reading journey as a beginner, they'll find it very impressive because the language used in this book is very simple. You won't find any insider vocabulary or complex jargons used in this book. So you can easily comprehend the whole context of this book and you'll find it as a very smooth experience for you. Now talking about the downside of this book's narration and writing style, on lot of occasions you will notice that the story is taking a fast pace all of a sudden and then it's switching over to a slow paced thing. So this feels very unbalanced and the reader might also get irritated at times. And also you will miss that magical essence of Amish Tripathi's writing style because he has not completely written this book. In order to keep this more straight and simple to you guys, let me tell you, if you're a hardcore Amish Tripathi's fan just like me, You might not find this book as impressive as his previous installments because of multiple reasons. At the same time, if you're a voracious reader who's looking out for some high-end books with a lot of vocabulary and all that stuff, then my friend, this book is not for you. So speaking on a personal level, I really enjoyed reading this book, guys. Even though it had a lot of setbacks, I can't really deny the fact that it had a lot to offer as well, because it was very engaging and it kept me hooked through the end. So I wouldn't say it's that bad or something. At the same time, it also gives you a proper insight about our ancient history and how rich our culture was, how powerful our kings were. So we never really got to know about all these things in our education and all that. So you get to know about it through this book. And at the same time, even though I was missing Amish Tripathi's magical writing style, still I did enjoy it. Finally, my overall rating for Suheldev is 7 out of 10 stars, guys, because even though this book had some drawbacks to it, I can't really deny the fact that it had a good considerable amount of admirable aspects as well. So on a conclusive note, I would like to say Suheldev is an intriguing book which has a worth reading experience to offer. And I would suggest this book to every reader out there who's looking out for a proper historic fiction novel. So I hope you found this review helpful, guys. Let us meet with my new video, and till then, take care, see you soon, and thanks for watching.